Hey, Jims. Welcome back to Platinum Gang Mindset. My name is Nisi G. I've been a mindset mentor for 3.5 years and a master cosmetologist for 18 years. I'm currently studying to become a nurse practitioner, and I am obsessed with neuroscience, quantum physics, and psychology. And I like to use cognitive behavioral therapy to help you understand why you do the things that you do so you can get out of your own way. I also left off neuroscience. I've actually become very obsessed with neuroscience because I'm just fascinated with how the human brain works. And I'm like, what made you do what the hell you just did? Anyways, today I want to talk to you guys about how to use cognitive dissonance to alchemize what you want. And I want to explain to you guys exactly what cognitive dissonance means. So when you're using cognitive dissonance, you are setting goals for yourself. You are basically saying, this is the structure that I am creating to navigate how to execute X, Y, and Z, whatever X, Y, and Z looks like to you. So typically, whenever you're going through a change, your nervous system, your subconscious mind, and your nervous system will try to keep you safe. It's going to brace for that impact. It's bracing for the hit. Like, where are we going to? We got to protect our girl. What do we got to hit next? What do we got to knock out next? That is what your brain, your nervous system is doing. Instead of bracing impact for the change, you embrace the change. You look at head on and you say, okay, this is what I'm losing my job. Got it. I'm losing my job. I'm getting fired. This is what it is. Instead of looking at it like, holy shit, how am I going to pay my bills? You look at it and you alchemize it. You then look at it from a different lens and say, I am losing my job because I asked for more income, and this is bringing me closer to what I wanted. And some people might say, Nisi, that is absurd. Why would I do that? Why would I sit here and That's not a sign for you to stop. It's a sign that you're shifting, that you're at a pivot point. You asked for something, and this is bringing you closer to that. I will never forget. And I can't talk too much about it for legal reasons, but I will never forget when this happened to me and I ended up losing a job. And I said, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. And then out of nowhere, I said, this is my alchemy. This is my pivot. This is bringing me to what I wanted. Another example of this, you guys, this is funny because you can't make this shit up. Because when you go back and you think about different examples in your life where you have done this, you're going to be like, oh my God, she's right. There was a time where I had watched this interview with Jim Carrey and Oprah Winfrey, and he was talking about how he had wrote this $1 million check or whatever to the universe and forgot about it, or from the universe and forgot about it, folded it up in his pocket. Come to find out, his first movie made him that same amount. Okay, so watch that video, and then I went and did the same thing, and I wrote myself a check from the universe for $20,000. I ended up moving to San Diego from Atlanta, Georgia, and I got T-boned on my birthday. I was pissed because at the time my car was still brand new. I think I had just gotten my car for like a year. I've had it for a full year at that time. Psycho lady driving like a bat out of hell T-boned me. I was irritated. I was mad. This and a third. Had to go to the hospital. I still have like a little bit of the scarring on my forehead from it. My head hit the steering wheel. Blood was just like all over my face. I was like, this is ridiculous. Blah, blah, blah. Make a very long story short, it dawned on me. I was at the bank getting ready to deposit one of the insurance checks because at that time they mailed it. They didn't do direct deposit. They did direct deposit, but I'm saying like I didn't opt for that. And so I had gotten the check in the mail. And at the bank, you guys, I pull out my debit card because some banks you have to insert your card. Pull out my debit card, and a piece of paper fell out. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Opened it up, and it was a check for $20,000. And I said, that universal check. And I said, you cannot make this shit up. So I need to be more specific. I didn't want to get $20,000 through a car accident, but here we are. I did. Okay. And you think about these moments where you're like, I asked for something shifted and changed or pivoted. And I'm like, okay, that's what that was. And now I understand what that was. So when you get out of your own way by embracing the change, you might have to structure your day a little bit differently. And sometimes you'll automatically do this and you don't even realize that you're doing it. It happened to me. I would go into Hobby Lobby and Michael's and all these places, and I would get planners, and I was obsessed with pens and color coding things. It's just the way my brain works. I like to be able to see things in color and do it like that. But I started writing down my day, pre-planning my day. And you'll see this even more effectively now that I'm posting more on YouTube, because I'm planning and batching my videos. So some of the videos you'll see me wearing like the same outfit is because I'm sitting here batching the videos, and I like to practice what I preach. So I'm like, okay, these are the days where I'm filming. This is when it will get pushed out. This is what I'm doing, because it keeps me structured. And when you're structured, you're able to produce more. People ask me all the time, Nisi, how do you do all the things that you do? Because I'm very detailed and structured like that. It's like, okay, from this time to this time, I'm going to the gym. On this day, I'm going to, sit and film content. On these days, I'm in the salon working. On these days, I'm taking the day off. I make sure that I spend ample time with my man and my son and my dog. Like, I make sure that I do these things because I'm using cognitive dissonance. I'm making sure that I am embracing the change and that I'm creating a structure base for my life, for my goal, for my common goal. So that's what you guys need to go and do. And I used to be one of those people who's like, I don't need nervous system regulation. I don't need to get structured. I can remember everything in my head. No, the fuck you don't. No, you don't. You need to get very structured and detailed with your day. Don't freak out if your day goes off schedule. Like you wrote down, I'm going to have lunch from 11 to 1. And then, you end up having lunch from 12 to 1. That's okay. It's okay. Don't freak out about it. You're just going in and saying, hey, this is what happened today. It got a little bit off course, but that's okay. And then go back and checking things off your list. And listen, it feels good to check things off your list, because then you're teaching your nervous system and your brain a new dopamine hit. Your brain wants a dopamine hit, whether that be endlessly scrolling. You'll set a goal for yourself, and then you'll get on TikTok challenge, and you look up and you've been on TikTok for 2 hours just scrolling, and it felt like you was on there for 15 minutes. And you've got to be able to say, okay, I could have been doing this for 15 minutes. And it might be uncomfortable at first, but the more you embrace that change, the more you embrace it, and instead of bracing for impact, you embrace, you welcome, you get in your femininity and you say, okay, I welcome the flow. I welcome the divine overflow of what it is that I desire. When you are feeling discomfort, it is your old self phasing out. Use that as proof that you're stepping into something different. I like to do this. When I'm in the gym and I'm uncomfortable, I have been crying a lot in the gym. I have been crying a lot in the gym because it's uncomfortable, and not crying because it's painful, but because I'm proud of myself. I have never been this consistent in the gym like I am right now, you guys. Like, I talk about it all the time. I'm actually developing such a passion for fitness and learning about the different muscles in the body. And to my trainer, Lexi, if you are watching this, thank you, child, because what the fuck? But it's actually super cool to understand the different muscles in your body. And I'm someone who's taken anatomy so many times, it's ridiculous, because I've had to, for hair school, for, being a medical assistant, for nursing, for nurse practitioner, whatever. But to truly get into the fitness aspect of it, where you understand, oh, if I'm going to the gym and I'm burning calories, I got to fuel my body because I need something to burn. People say eat less, work out more. Your ass gonna pass out. You're going to pass out, and your body is going to hold on to that fat because, again, your nervous system is wired to protect you, and that's all connected to your nervous system. It goes, we're going to hold on to this belly fat because we don't know when April's going to feed us again. We don't know when Ashley's going to feed us again. So we're going to hold on to this belly fat. Well, if you go feed yourself and you eat more, and then you'll have more to burn. Okay? We're not going to get into fitness. But I've developed such a passion for it because in my discomfort, I'm like, oh my God, I can see myself. I will literally be mid exercise, mid squat, mid lat pull down, and I can see my future self with my goals, hitting my goals that I want, hitting the desires that I want. And I get emotional about it because I'm seeing glimpses of who I am in the future based off of the decisions and actions that I'm choosing for myself now. And it is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable because my body and my brain is getting used to this new way of life of, okay, if I'm waking up at 7 a.m., I'm going to the gym every day. I'm having my rest days, whatever, like I'm doing something new. But instead of being afraid of it, I'm embracing it, going, I'm uncomfortable right now. So I'm at the pivot. Uncomfortable means I'm pivoting. Uncomfortable means I'm changing. Uncomfortable means I'm alchemizing. Uncomfortable means I'm stepping into a new. Uncomfortable means that I am elevating. I'm maximizing. I'm changing. Uncomfortable is good. It's good for me. It means that I am leaving the old me behind. It means that I am embracing what's to come. Use it as something that's positive for your greater gain. Practice acting as if to anchor in that new reality, right? Practice it as like, okay, if I am wanting if I'm wanting a new career, right? Like for me, I'm wanting to be a nurse practitioner. I'm going to practice me being the nurse practitioner. How do I do that? I'm going to start thinking and talking and walking like a nurse practitioner. I'm going to be reading articles that a nurse practitioner would read. I'm going to be looking at things online. I'm going to be doing research. I'm going to be wanting to read other people's research papers. That looks like me being on Psychology Today all the time. That looks like me being on the Brain Institute all the time. That is what that does. I'm walking and talking and acting, and my clients are also reflecting that back to me. I had this girl from out of town come into the salon. She doesn't live here. She was just visiting, and her hair extensions were so tight. And she was talking to me about traction alopecia. And no, I'm not licensed to give medical advice, but I gave her my opinion as a hairstylist to follow up with her dermatologist whenever she got back home to her home state, because her extensions were so tight, they were causing, tension in her scalp. You could see it. And I'm like, your hair extensions should never be that tight. Number one, let me just tell y'all, for those of you that are out there with hair extensions, your extensions should never hurt. They might be uncomfortable because it's new for you to wear, but even then they shouldn't even feel uncomfortable. And you should just feel the extension in your head because it's something up to your scalp, but they should not be uncomfortable, right? But I'm talking to her as if she were a patient. I've also noticed that in the salon, I start talking my clients through what I'm doing before I do it, because in the medical industry, we're taught that, like, before you touch someone, you have to tell them, like, hey, I'm going to look at your left shoulder. Hey, I'm going to look at this. Hey, I'm going to move your hair back. Like, you tell people what you're doing it before you do it. I've now started doing this in the salon. Hey, I'm spraying this leave-in conditioner in your hair. This is going to help detangle your hair. I'm now doing this, that. Like, you're doing that. You're changing, you're alchemizing, you're pivoting, you're practicing, you're acting as if you already have it now. Don't need to run from the dissonance. You need to ride it like it's a wave, embrace it, welcome it, and alchemize off of it, and make sure that you are using a structure to your day and checking those things off of your list. When you do that, you're giving your brain a dopamine hit. Some people are really good at manifesting, but they are not good at keeping it or understanding their patterns. A lot of people think that, like, my manifestation platinum plans are for people who need help manifesting, but I also make structured business plans, structured detailed plans for you. I mean, hello, it says mindset, self-love, beauty, and business for a reason, because we're here to talk about all of those things. So if you need help with that and executing that, all you have to do is go to platinumgang.store. You guys, you have the choice between the 2-week 14-day plan or the 4-week 30-day plan, and you also get a customized video. Or you can just go and get the platinum glow up bundle, and that's going to have the nervous system regulation, the feast and famine cycle, the wealth code, and the nervous system regulation in that. So you can also check that out. If you guys have any questions about anything that we discussed, or you want me to do a part 2 of this video, because I do feel like it might need a deeper dive, just let me know. Click the like button. Make sure that you are subscribing so you don't miss any of my future content. I'm definitely going to be posting more here than on TikTok. I have gotten some crazy ass messages on TikTok, and I don't know. It's just not my vibe right now. So I'm not necessarily taking a TikTok break, but just stepping back from it a little bit and just being more impactful on YouTube. So if you are new, welcome. If you are one of my followers on TikTok, I appreciate you so much, more than you could ever imagine, for the continued support. I love you guys tremendously. You guys are my gems always. And if you want to join our VIP group, we meet twice a month on the second and fourth Sunday every month. If you miss one of those group sessions, you're always more than welcome to go and watch the replays that will be available for you in school after our group meeting. But all of that can be found on platinumgang.store, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.